What's up, team, and welcome back. All right, today we are talking about one of the most intense leaders in Marvel history and the current antagonist of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, President Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. From his humble beginnings as a military officer to becoming a gamma-powered Hulk and eventually the President of the United States, Ross's story is full of grit, ambition, and, let's be honest, a fair share of controversy. But what can we learn from his leadership style? Let's dive in. Thaddeus Ross was introduced in the Incredible Hulk #1 back in 1962. It's 1962, and was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. At the time, he was a no-nonsense military general tasked with capturing Bruce Banner and the Hulk, a mission that consumed much of his early career. Ross wasn't just a soldier, though. He was a symbol of relentless ambition and a national security. His pursuit of the Hulk wasn't just about personal revenge. He saw the Hulk as a genuine threat to the safety of humanity, like there weren't other villains and superheroes running around. Over time, though, this obsession started to blur the lines between his duty and personal vendetta. In one of Marvel's wildest twists, Ross becomes the very things he hated, a Hulk himself. Through a secret experiment, he transforms into the Red Hulk, gaining immense strength, but losing much of his humanity in the process. This transformation was a reflection of Ross's willingness to sacrifice everything, even his own identity, for what he believed in and what he thought was the greater good. Eventually, Ross's career takes a political turn. His reputation as a hardliner on security and defense catapults him into positions like Secretary of Defense and ultimately the President of the United States, like we see in Captain America and not the Winter Soldier, but Captain America and The Brave New World. And this is where things get really interesting. So what kind of leader is Ross? Well, his style is all about strength, control, and unwavering determination. But let's break it down for 4 key traits, and I'll give you a heads up on how each one can backfire. The first is relentless determination. Ross never gives up. Whether he's hunting the Hulk or pursuit of a political agenda, he goes all in no matter what the odds. This kind of focus can be inspiring, especially in high-stakes situations. People trust leaders who don't back down. But here's the warning. Relentless determination can easily turn into tunnel vision. Ross's obsession with the Hulk often blinded him to other threats and opportunities. As a leader, you've got to know when to adapt and pivot. The next trait for Ross is his authoritative leadership. Ross commands respect. His military background gives him a commanding presence, and he knows how to rally people behind a cause. This trait works when people need a decisive leader who can cut through the noise and provide clear direction. But here's the catch. Too much authority can alienate your team. People might feel stifled or undervalued if they don't have a say. Even a strong leader needs to listen. The third is his strategic ruthlessness. Ross is willing to make the tough calls. He prioritizes the mission above all else, even if it means making unpopular or morally great decisions. This trait is invaluable in crisis situations where quick, decisive action is required. But beware, this approach can destroy trust. Ross's ruthlessness often left allies questioning his motives and loyalty. A good leader knows how to balance bold decisions with empathy. And the last trait for Ross is his tactical intelligence. Ross is a master strategist. Whether it's in military operations or political moves, he's always thinking several steps ahead. Strategic thinking allows Ross to anticipate challenges and prepare for them before they become problems. But here's the downside. Over-planning can make you rigid. Ross sometimes struggled to adapt when things didn't go according to plan, doubling down instead of pivoting. So what's the biggest things we can learn from Ross? Ross's leadership style is undeniably powerful, but it's also a cautionary tale. His strengths, determination, authority, ruthlessness, and intelligence can inspire action and drive results. But without balance, they can alienate others and lead to failure. So should you lead like President Ross? If you're in a high-stake pressure role like military command, crisis management, or corporate leadership, his traits can work. Relentless focus and strategic thinking are assets in these fields. But in collaborative environments, his style can backfire. To lead effectively, you'll need to balance his strengths with empathy, flexibility, and teamwork. So if you want to channel some of Ross's leadership traits, here's how you do it. Be determined, but stay open to change. Command authority, but invite feedback. Make tough calls, but balance them with empathy. Plan strategically, but be ready to adapt. Leadership isn't about mimicking someone else, it's about finding what works for you. Take what you can from Ross, leave what doesn't, and build your own leadership legacy. Don't forget to like and subscribe and suggest who we should do next.